Hi, third grade. We are going to work on our 2 and 5 factors today, and you also have a speed test to work on. We are going to be on page 65 today. So we're going to work on page 65 today. I'm going to go over what I expect you to do on page 65. We're going to watch a short video clip taking another look at this concept here. So our essential question is, how can we use 2's and 5 patterns to solve multiplication equations? And we also been taking a close look at what is a multiple. And we've learned that there are each multiple, there are multiples for each multiplication fact. So there's multiples of 2's, multiples of 5's. So we focus mainly on our 2 facts and their multiples and our 5 facts and what are their multiples. And we learned that each multiple of 2 ends at 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And each multiple of 5 ends at 0 or 5. And these are patterns that help us identify and solve our multiplication facts. So when you multiply by 2, you can use a doubles fact. For example, 2 times 6. We know when we see 2 times 6, any 2's fact really, we just double the other number. So 2 times 6, we know that we can double 6. It's the same as adding 6 plus 6, and that will be 12. That's another strategy we learned through this lesson. So we learned how to identify our multiples. We learned that for the 2 facts, we can double the other factor, and that will give us our answer. And we also focused on skip counting as a way to solve 2's. Remember, you can use your fingers. You know the 2 represents the skip counting. We're skip counting by 2's. Your fingers would represent the other factor. For example, 2 times 6. So I'm skip counting by 2's, and I'm going to stop at 6 to represent my other factor. The last number I say in my skip count will be my answer. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 is the answer to 2 times 6. It's the same for 2 times 5. I'm going to stop at 5 because 5 is my other factor. I'm going to count by 2's because this is a 2 fact. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 would be the answer for that. It's always great to have 2 different strategies to work with. 5's. For 5 facts, we've learned the same thing with counting by 5's. We're going to count by 5's. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. End up at 40 and 45 and 50. These are the greatest 5's. We learned that song, but you also can do the traditional way, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So if I wanted to know 5 times 8, 8 is my other factor there. I'm counting by 5's because 5 is a 5 facts, 5 times 8. So I'm going to stop at 8 fingers. The last number in my skip count will be my answer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40. I want you to try that with all of them and the 5's facts. Try it with 5 times 9. Stopping at 9. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 45 is my answer. Let's try that with 5 times 4. 4. We're stopping at 4 in our skip count. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. So we are learning that you can use all kinds of patterns to solve 4, 2's, and 5's. So you have these to work on. You're going to work on these independently. 1 through 17. You're going to solve these. As you can see here for 1, 2, and 3, it shows you the relationship of 2's facts. We know that this when we see 2 times 5's, we see 2 groups of 5. That's the same as saying 5 plus 5. So make sure you see that this is 5 plus 5, not 5 times 5. Watch out for that. You need to really watch your operations now. Do not get it confused. That is a plus sign right here, and here, and here. So keep an eye out for that. 2 groups of 4. They want to show you 2 groups of 4. 1 group, well, that technically says 1 group of 2, but they have 1 plus 1 because you will double that one. I want to also show you this another look video that goes along with this assignment. We'll take a peek at this.
Have you ever noticed all the patterns you can find in numbers? Today, we're going to look at patterns with 2s and 5s to see how we can use them in multiplication. Carlos is here to help us out.
Thank you, Carlos.
Hey there! Let's look at all the multiples of 2 to try and find some patterns. Do you know what a multiple is? Well, it sounds like multiplication.
Yes.
Right. A multiple is a product of a number with other numbers.
Yes.
So, if we are looking for multiples of 2, we are looking for the product of 2 times other numbers. 2 times 0 is 0, because anything times 0 is 0.
We learned that.
Great remembering. 2 times 1 is going to be 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 equals 8. I think I see a pattern. All the multiples of 2 are even.
Yes!
What a find! All of the multiples of 2 are even, which means they end in what numbers?
0, 2,
0,
4,
2,
6,
4, 6, or 8. You got it. Besides being even, think about what multiplying by 2 means. It means you have 2 equal groups. Does that remind you of anything? Doubles! Exactly. Multiples of 2 are all doubles. So, what would 2 times 8 be? I know my doubles. 2 times 8 is just like 8 plus 8. So, 16. It's an even number because it ends in 6. Now that you know your multiples of 2, let's try multiples of 5. Just like with our 2's, 5 times 0 equals 0. Great start. Since we know multiples of 5 will use groups of 5, let's represent it in a diagram. One group of 5, or 1 times 5, equals 5. 2 groups of 5, or 2 times 5, equals 10. 3 times 5 equals 15. 4 times 5 equals 20. Notice anything interesting? All the products end in 0 or 5. The ones place goes back and forth between 0 and 5.
Yes, it does.
Exactly. Finding the multiples of 5 is like counting by 5s. All of the products end in 0 and 5. So, what would 7 times 5 be? I'll count up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. The product is 35 because we have 7 groups of 5.
7 groups, that's what your fingers represent.
You did great today. You saw how we can use the patterns in numbers to help us with multiplication. Carlos helped us see that multiples of 2 are always even and that multiples of 5 always end in 0 or 5. It's a handy tool for when you're doing quick multiplication.
That's what we're doing.
Did someone say quick? See you next time.
Oh, Carlos, you're so much fun. So these are the strategies we're going to use as we are solving all of the problems on page 65. Okay? And these are just word problems. So it says, what is 9 times 2? What is 6 times 2? What is 5 times 8? So what is 5 times 0? And remember what we remember about zeros. 0 is the king, and when he is timed by anything, he rules, right? 0 times anything is 0, right? Remember that. 0 times anything is 0. We learned that yesterday.